Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? This is Haarute Live, my name is Matt, and here we are, new Doctor Who reaction. We're done with Series 8, or Season 8, whatever. Yeah, that was the season. As you can see, I'm back in my bathroom. It's fine. Audio should be a little bit better. Also like the film angle and all that stuff, so yeah, we're good. Usually this is where I talk about the last episode, but I feel like I talked about the last episode enough. Uh yeah, Series 8, good. I've heard like now looking back at like comments and stuff, I've heard people saying that a lot of people actually don't like Series 8 that much. They felt like it was a little bit underwhelming because there's a couple episodes that are like, and I would agree that there are a couple episodes that I don't feel too strongly about. You know which ones because you saw the entire journey, but overall, I like Series 8. Like it takes a lot for me to not like something. So yeah, Series 8, thumbs up. Sure, but the finale in particular was really good. I really like that finale. So I guess that's really all I'm gonna say. We're right now gonna jump into a Christmas special. Yeah, it's been a while since I watched one of these. The last one was Time at the Doctor, and I watched that like 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I don't know. Before this era, was the last time I watched Time at the Doctor. And even then, Time at the Doctor wasn't really a Christmas special. It was a regeneration special, like people weren't watching it because it was Christmas or it was barely Christmas theme. It was more about the regeneration and what was gonna happen. So that was the end of that. And also this Christmas special seems to be more like RTD's era Christmas specials because we saw at the end of Death in Heaven like a small scene that is just like what? With Santa Claus just being like, "Hey Doctor, what's up?" And it reminds me a lot of like The Runaway Bride and Boys of the Dam, those episodes where there is like a scene at the end of the finale that then ties into the Christmas special. So sure, we have one of those. It's the first time since in a long time, and I'm excited to see what Capaldi is gonna do about Christmas. I'm excited to see Santa Claus, and yeah, what I don't know if it's gonna happen is if we're gonna see Clara at all, because the end of Death in Heaven leads me to believe that we're not gonna be seeing Clara, and if we do, well, I'll watch the episode, then I'll give you my thoughts. But I'm not expecting to see Clara because, like, we usually have like Christmas specials when there is no like main companion. It's just like companions from the episode itself. We've had a lot of these. And I feel like coming from the last episode and the last conversation Doctor and Clara had, I'm not expecting to see Clara in this one. We might see her in the future. Even then, I'm not sure. But I don't know. We'll see. All right, enough of that shit. Doctor Who, let's go. Christmas special. Yeah, go. There we go. I forgot about something very important just now. I forgot about me needing headphones in order to hear what the fuck was happening. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's Clara. Okay, never mind. Clara's here.
The ordinary roof people doing some emergency roof things.
This is so stupid. This is so stupid. It's great.
Your Father Christmas, you're real.
Of course I'm real.
One day a year, for no particular reason, just out of the blue, suddenly decide to give you a great big pile of presents.
No, because they love you so much.
No, because it's a tradition because corporations capitalize on it.
You're a fairy tale.
Clara, I remember the Rowing Hood. I remember the Rowing Hood episode, Clara. Don't come with me with that shit.
I want you to step inside the TARDIS. I don't want you to talk. I want you to do as I ask, please.
Okay, I want to know what sci-fi bullshit they pull off for the Christmas thing for Santa to be real. Or they're just gonna be like, it's real. It's an it is. It absolutely is. There's snow in it now. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Dude, I didn't mention it the previous episode too much because I forgot immediately. But the bit with Clara, just the Clara eyes being in the intro, that was fucking great. That was great because that was just a gag. That was a fantastic fourth wall gag. I love those. She's actually dancing. Is this part of the plan or?
Dear, look, she's not actually. If dancing works, it works.
Doctor?
No, you're making me think about them. Don't make me think about them.
What are they?
Clara.
Just don't ask, yeah, and don't look. Just don't make me think about them. Here they come.
What the fuck is this alien shit? This is just alien now. Wow. I like this Christmas episode. I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck is happening? Is this gonna be Santa Claus saving the day with an orange or something? This is absolutely Santa Claus saving the day. I love this. This is the stupidest it's ever. Oh my god, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Merry Christmas, everyone. Man, imagine Alien, but then Santa Claus saved the day at the end. Imagine if that happened. This is what this episode is.
Easy, son. Oi, sleepyheads. It's Christmas Eve. Early to bed.
This is way up in the runner-up for stupidest episode we've seen.
Oh, take a guess. Go on. Push the boat out. Tooth Fairy, maybe?
Is there Bunny?
Bunny?
Now this is ridiculous.
It is.
Am I dreaming? Why is it called a dream crab for a start?
Theorize.
Because it generates a telepathic field.
And?
Called a perception.
Meaning?
I seem to be doing all the work here.
Meaning we can't trust anything that we see or hear.
Go to the window.
Why?
We saw them like. Okay, so the dream crabs,
Is that?
That's how Clara and I got here.
the dream crabs fell on their faces,
Telephone kiosk.
and then Santa showed up, meaning none of this is real, or that's what Moffat wants you to think, and then it turns out everything was real all along. Santa's real.
It's Christmas Eve.
Good job.
Ashley, what's this polar base for? Why are you all here?
It's a long story.
What you said about
I hate when people say that. Like, it's a long story. Instead of actually giving like a quick summary.
I know. I had to flood your mind with random emotion.
random.
That was super targeted.
Told me he was dead. You said he made it back.
I lied. I lied so you'd go home to Gallifrey instead of fussing about me.
I never found Gallifrey. I lied. So you'd stay with Danny.
No, what's gonna happen is after this, they're gonna wake up and they're gonna be like, no, I totally found Gallifrey. Danny's totally alive. That was the dream, just lying.
Reindeer can't fly. They just.
Santa's just standing there in the background with this light coming off of him. What show am I watching right now? This is the best. This is the stupidest shit ever.
I'm trying to talk sense into beardy weirdy.
You don't seem much like a scientist.
Well, that's a bit rude coming from a magician.
Why are you out here? What brought you to the north?
He looks less of a magician now that he has like a
Sorry,
hood.
isn't it?
I like it.
Sorry, starving.
How can you starve if our stomachs aren't real? Jaden Smith.
What is your main mission?
Long story.
Fucking tell me!
Directly beneath this big
Interrogate them further! You just said we need to do that. Well, Clara's gonna get face hug after she was already face hugged because none of this is real. So this is the point when you're like, run. I'm running. Clara, you should have started running 6 seconds ago. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. She's going in deeper. Are we just watching Inception now? Are they trying to make us think that the first one is not real?
Who are you?
It's Danny in a Santa outfit. I want to know what the sequence of filming was for these episodes, because I want Danny. I want to know what this actor, the actor for Danny, I don't know his name, film in what order, because it's like you see him in Dark Water, and then you see him in Death in Heaven when he's this depressed Cyberman, and then this.
None of this is real.
She wants to believe it's real.
Is there is an alien organism wrapped around your face, keeping you warm and happy while it eats you.
How can we both be having the same dream?
There was only one way to get to you.
And what was that?
He face hugged himself. Well, but this also means that everyone is face hugged. Everyone is face hugged. This layer of reality is also not real. Because it means that, well, we are face hugged. We're gonna interact with each other anyway.
Danny Pink died saving the world.
I didn't die saving the world, Doctor. I died saving Clara. The rest of you just got lucky. I'm a dream, and you know I am, right?
Yeah, that's what he knows. He's a dream. She's gonna talk herself into
It's a very important
out of this situation.
You can miss me for 5 minutes a day. And you better do it properly. You better be sad. I expect my 5. But all the rest of the time, Clara, all the rest of the time, every single second, you just get the hell on with it.
Like, I think this is really good dialogue, but the fact that I know that Danny's not the one talking, it's just Clara talking to herself, kind of ruins the whole interaction a little bit. It does this a lot about Clara, that's one thing.
It's last Christmas, and this is ours.
That's the title. Okay, where's the wound for the straw that was going through your brain? But if that's the case, then it means that the moment you realize that this layer is a dream, you can get out of it. Unless it's not. Which is what they want you to think. Unless it is. Which is also what they want you to think on a second layer. Like, either way, we're being toyed with. Clara's looking at herself and seeing that there's no wound, meaning this isn't real.
That doesn't seem to be a wound.
No. Pain's still there, isn't it? And have you ever woken up from a dream and discovered that you're still dreaming? Remember how we all first met?
Yes. The thing fell on your heads, and then Santa came along.
We were rescued.
By Santa Claus! I feel like we should have this scene like 20 minutes ago. Or something like that. Because this is the immediate conclusion to get to.
A base manual. I take it that none of you have memorized this.
Oh, I haven't read it.
These books should be identical in the real world, but as they don't exist in your memory, in a dream, they can't be. Agreed?
Isotope.
Well,
Extremely.
Okay, it's multiple people's dreams.
Chocolate. Why did I get chocolate? What's that about?
we've been dreaming since then.
Was Santa Claus not a dead giveaway?
Because you've been dreaming. Have you been paying attention? Rudolph, did you see the nose?
He made a car noise.
This is a dream.
How much more obvious do you want me to make it?
Because I can't text the Easter Bunny, you know.
He creates dreams within dreams, so you can never be sure if you are really awake, but your brain knows something is wrong.
Your brain puts all of your hopes into one amalgamation
I'm trying to tell you, this isn't real.
So it
of
gives
what
you
hopes is.
Sweet Papa Crimbo.
Yeah, Sweet Papa Crimbo is what hope is put into. But all you need to do is be cynical. All you need to do is just be super cynical. But then also, what about the people that were already on the bed? There's a wound, or is there no wound? Because if there's no wound, then this is also still a dream.
If Santa was only in the dream,
Then why is
why
this
was he
still
on my
there?
roof?
Good.
Four patients. Four manuals.
They are themselves.
Do you know what I hate about the obvious?
What?
You know what? I forgot about the beginning sequence. That's good. They are themselves. Yeah, those 4 people. You're all in the bed.
When we first met you in the infirmary, what were you doing?
It's a long story.
Uptight boss one. What is the primary mission of this polar?
That's why they can't say it.
Story.
Sexy one. What brings you to the North Pole at your age?
Because he's into older. Because he's into older people. Okay.
We were in the TARDIS. Why did we come here?
It's a long story.
Why do you have 4 manuals, 1 each, when you have a crew of 8?
This isn't a dream. I know it isn't.
No one knows they're not dreaming. Not one of us.
Why do you keep?
Not for one single moment of our lives.
Why do you keep fighting against the idea that this isn't real?
Page number, make it a good.
We already made through 2 layers. We can go a third one.
Look at them. Look at them properly. Look who they are.
There are you.
How can they be us?
Because this isn't real! I feel like all of these scenes could be like
Clara, you must be in bed. God knows
2 minutes
probably scattered.
shorter.
Whatever you are.
Because all of these people should be like, okay, this woman in particular, the black lady, she's very quick. She should be able to just go like, okay, we need to fix it, we need to wake up. Well, he's gone. This also means that we're gonna see a version of the Doctor and Clara that has the face huggers on them.
Where's the professor?
He's dead.
Someone in the real world dead. If we don't wake up now, we'll do the same.
But how?
I don't know.
Yep. There we go.
We have to leave this place.
Leave it! How?
Use your imagination.
Santa is gonna come down with the slide and reindeer, and he's gonna take them away. They're gonna fly off in the distance. And Santa's gonna save the day. Yeah, 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 yeah. Santa, 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 Santa. This is the dumbest episode ever. It's also a really good one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Fly away, fly away. This is the best. This is the best. So it's gonna take them each home. But then the Doctor doesn't really have a home.
Do you believe in Santa Claus?
I mean, right now, yeah.
Santa Claus. But he looks a little different to me.
That's the corniest shit ever. I love it. I love it.
Hey, you want to take the reins, Doctor? You're a dream construct, currently representing either my recovering or expiring mind. Yes, but do you want to go? Yeah, all right.
Let's do it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. This is so stupid. I love it.
Look at me. Look at me.
I had a great time. I love it. This must have been fun to film. They're all just sitting on the slide and Capaldi's going, oh!
I'm riding a sleigh. I'm riding a sleigh. Yippee-yi-yay.
Seeing Capaldi smile like this, it warms my heart.
I work in a shop. I'm sorry? I thought I was a scientist. That's rubbish.
Finally, something that makes sense.
You're horrible, you.
Yeah, they're all realizing who they really are.
I'm an account manager for perfume. We should have a reunion. Bellows!
She woke up.
Fran, dinner's ready.
Yes, sorry, I must have dozed off.
Aww. Oh no. Oh no, that's sad.
Ashley?
That's bed hair. Well, don't worry about that.
Santa, can I stay a bit longer?
Well. She should be freaking out way more. Yeah, well, you know what? That's in character. That's fine. She watched Alien.
Might have known that you would be the one to sleep in. Okay. I tracked the psychic signal here. I'm pretty sure that I know how to do this now.
Is that Clara? That hair looks white. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, I just realized this. This is bad. No, I don't want to.
The dream crabs must have got to me first and found you in my memory. The others were collateral damage. Well, good to see you properly at last. How long has it been? Clara.
Oh, you know, about 62 years.
I've missed you, too.
Like, this could not be the end of Clara.
Can you really see no difference in me?
Clara Oswald, you'll never look any different to me.
Is this a dream? It's just metaphorical. Like, this might be the end of Clara. Might not be.
Hundreds.
But the fact that we're having this scene makes me think. She doesn't die,
No one ever
but
matched up to Danny, eh?
That was one of the men. But that would never have worked out.
Why not?
He was impossible.
oh,
We should do this every Christmas.
Because every Christmas is last Christmas.
Stupid. I should have come back earlier. I wish that I had.
Do you, Doctor? How much do you wish that?
it's not real. I pointed for a second because I was like, there's no wound. Therefore. Yeah. That's so stupid. I love it. But it's like, appreciate the people around you because every Christmas could be last Christmas.
Am I young?
No idea.
Yeah. So Clara's back for another season. Basically.
Merry Christmas, Doctor.
Merry Christmas, Clara Oswald.
Well, look at you all happy. That's right.
This is the happiest I've ever seen him.
Second
Wait,
chances. I
right
never
in the
took
sleigh.
a chance, so what happened this time? Don't even know who to thank.
Doctor and Clara will return next year in The Magician's Apprentice. Okay, that's that. Alright. That was an episode. That was a good episode. Like that was great. So Christmas special. It's been a while since I watched a Christmas special. Even the last Christmas special that I watched was more of a regeneration special, right? But this episode, it might be my favorite Christmas special we've ever had, because let's list them. The first one would be what's the name? The Sontaran? No, not Sontaran. The Sycorax invasion, but I don't remember the name of the episode. But it was the first David Tennant episode. And that episode wasn't that great. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it was good, but it wasn't great. You know, it was just good. Then we got The Runaway Bride, which was a weird... It wasn't that weird for Doctor Who standards, but, you know, I liked it. I liked it. It was alright. Then we got Voyage of the Dam, which was... That episode was very interesting. That episode was very, very interesting because we got to a completely different setting with completely different characters, and I really liked that. Then... So that was for Series 3. And then for Series 4, we had End of Time. Yeah, End of Time, I believe. Yeah. End of Time, strong. End of Time is strong. Then Matt Smith, going back to the normal Christmas specials. I don't remember them. The first one is the one with that old guy that Matt Smith travels back in time and meets him as a kid. And then they get to hang out with this girl, and it's a whole thing. Then we have the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe. Then we have the Clara Christmas special. Is there another Christmas special that I'm missing? Because there's like a season that has 2, which is 7, I believe. And yeah, wait, okay, yeah, and Time of the Doctor. Okay, so I think those are the 4. Of all of those, this one might be my favorite. Like, okay, Time at the Doctor might be the best one. End of Time is also really strong. But it's because they are really, like, good shit is happening episodes, you know? Because it leads to our regeneration, right? And then, you know, of all of the others, of every single other Christmas episode that is not a regeneration episode, I think this one is the best one. Of the normal ones, I think this one is the best one. And it's really stupid. Like, at the beginning, it's really stupid. It's super silly, which is why immediately you're like, this isn't real. Like, because also, something I really like that this episode did is fucking with the concept of what perception of reality is, which is, it's a very interesting concept to me. Because what it all always comes to is that you never truly know anything, because reality itself might not be reality. Because I think I've said this before, but I really like this line, and it's like, things are only as real as your brain tells you they are real. Whatever you perceive as reality is not reality, it's your perception of reality. So whenever they start fucking around with this concepts of like, what is real? What is reality? It's very interesting to me. You know, it's always very interesting to me. So, this episode was nothing but that. We went into a dream, then we got into another dream, then it turns out we were in a dream all along, and then it turns out that the dream all along was another dream, you know, and it was great. I really, really like that. And yeah, it's just really solid. It's a really solid concept, and I really like the reason why all of this happened. So, okay, no, I was thinking about when Santa showed up at the end of the previous episode. It was a completely different scene where the Doctor was just like sitting there alone. So, which means that, you know, he got face grabbed or face hug like off screen. So don't worry about that. That doesn't matter. So I really like what they did with Clara here, with the Clara thing, because it's like they made me think that maybe Clara is gonna retire as a companion, but then it's like, no, it's not real. And the reason why that happened, well, the reason why that happened is I feel like it's not meant to be thought about too hard, but it basically happened because it's like that whole scene with Clara being old is just so they can realize you have a limited time here. Like, both of you have a limited time here, so fucking enjoy it while you can. You know, every Christmas could be last Christmas. You can lose people just like that. And you never know you never know when death is gonna come. You never know when you never know when the years are just gonna pass by and then it's all gone and you wish you had more time. So I really like that. They did that really nice scene. It was a bittersweet, sad scene. But then when, for a second, Clara turned young, I was like, are they just doing that? Or is this a dream? And then for a second, I was like, there's no wound. There's no wound. I don't see a wound. Therefore, I don't think this is real. And then Santa showed up, and I'm like, okay, this isn't real. So I guess we can always say that we know what reality is or isn't based on whether or not Santa shows up. So that's our cue. If you at any point look out your window and you see Santa Claus, just know that there is an alien face hugger in your face killing you slowly. I really, really like fucking with that concept. I really like that concept, and I really like what they did with it. And I'm not saying it's mega original concept. Like, it really isn't. Like, Inception and all that. It really isn't an original concept, but it is a concept that I like. Therefore, this is great. It's like Listen. I really like Listen because it goes in a big time loop of like time travel, and this causes this, cause and consequence of time travel, and just time travel like 5 times in a giant circle. So I really like what Listen did there, and the same goes for this. And both of these episodes had really nice like what is the word I'm looking for? Messages, or ideas that they're trying to push. So the entire like Clara talking to young Doctor and Listen at the end, it was very nice. It was like fear makes a companions of us all, stuff like that. Like it's okay to be afraid, And then this episode when it's like everything has a limited time, so just make the best out of it whenever you can, because you might never know when shit's gonna go down, and that'll be the end of that. And that's really good and fitting because now the Doctor and Clara are together again. So when this episode started, I was gonna say, I'm thinking that is a tie-in, so then Clara isn't in the Christmas special, and then we'll see if she comes back at the beginning of next season. But no, they made it so Clara was immediately back this very episode, like no time in between. Like the final scene of the final episode, the Santa Claus credit scene aside, the final scene was Clara just standing there looking at the TARDIS disappear. And the first scene this episode was Clara laying in bed. Therefore, there was no time that we went without Clara, which is what last episode made us think. So we immediately got Clara back. Immediately Clara said Danny's dead and Doctor said Gallifrey's gone. We just both lied to each other to make us have a better life. And that entire thing is great because it's like the moral of this episode is just be honest to each other, and just be honest to each other, be excellent to each other, have a good time while you can, right? You never know when it's going to be last Christmas. And that's kind of it circles back to their relationship at the end and why they lied to each other, and they just lied to each other in order for the other to be happy, even though neither of them were, And I don't know how much time passed between the end of Death in Heaven to here. So let's say that the season ended maybe in July or something like that, and then it came back in Christmas. So like half a year, let's say half a year, more or less. So yeah, Clara's back, and I was thinking at the beginning, if they immediately bring Clara back, I'm gonna call bullshit, because I was like, last episode was clearly setting me up. So then Clara doesn't come back, but then Clara's back here like immediately. So I'm thinking, I'm thinking this is bullshit. Like they just wrote in Clara because they didn't really have anything else to do. But then it's like, no, Clara's fine. This entire episode is meant to tell me Clara's good. Here we have her and the Doctor just resolving the entire thing. All the lies and honesty and just appreciating each other's company more, right? Appreciating the people you care for company, right? So we have this entire episode was nothing but that plus Inception, I guess, and Alien. But I'm wondering, did the girl at the end watch Inception too? I saw her watching Alien. I don't know if she watched Inception. DVD, Alien, DVD, The Thing from Another World. That comes around. DVD, Miracle on 34th Street. Thrones Marathon. Of course, Thrones. And Forgive Dave. Is Dave the guy who died? That's what I want to know, because I don't know who could that be, if not. So I'm just gonna assume that was the guy who died. Why assume things when I can just Google them? I found out a couple things. So the guy who died was just eating the turkey leg or whatever. So a couple of things. First things first, which is what I was looking for, is that Dave is not anyone. Like, Dave is not an actual character in this episode, right? Dave, like, what that scene was meant to show is you never, like the entire thing of Last Christmas. You never know when Christmas is gonna be the last one. So just appreciate what you have and the people close to you. Therefore, when she woke up, she was like, I'm gonna forgive this Dave guy, whoever it is. But girl, if Dave cheated on you, you don't have to forgive him. Just throw him away from your life and that's fine. You know, there are some stuff you don't need to forgive. But the moral of the episode is forgive everyone. Be nice to everyone. You never want they're gonna be gone. So, that's fine. It's meant to show the message of the episode. So that's fine. The second thing I learned, and I actually saw it in the credits, and it's Oliver Smith, which is this professor guy, the guy who died in the dream state. He is portrayed by the actor Michael Troughton. And I saw that, and I was like, interesting. I know that last name, and I know exactly who has that last name. But I was like, maybe it's a common UK last name. I don't know. But no, I looked it up. And yes, Michael Troughton is in fact the second son of Patrick Troughton, which is the second Doctor. So, good job. He made it into the show again. Sadly not as the Doctor, but here they are. I do believe that there's like a bunch of episodes with actors from, like, not actors from Classic, but like the descendants of actors from Classic show up in Doctor Who like regularly. And you know what? I think that's very cool. I think that's very cool because I can think of like someone being like, I'm the son of like the second Doctor, and they're like, oh, that's cool. We can put you in this random episode as a cameo or something. Like a small nod. Just if someone who sees your name, they're gonna be like, oh, and then yeah, it's gonna be a cool thing. But other than that, it's not really a cameo from the second Doctor or anything like that. Sorry, I said cameo, but it's like it's a small thing, and it's nice, and I like it. I do like it. So people who do notice, they're gonna be like, that's cool. So that's that. There's not a lot to wonder. Well, it's like, why did everyone suddenly get hit by a face hugger or something like that? And it's like, I don't know, man. Just don't worry about that. Everyone just got hit by face huggers at across different points in time and space randomly. And it's just like, it just so happens that the Doctor and Clara got hit by face huggers like at the same time, basically. Well, we don't know that. Like, the Doctor could have gone, like, I don't know, like 200 years without Clara, and then he got hit by a face hugger, and then Clara also got hit by a face hugger at some other point in time, and they connected, and that's how the Doctor realized that I'm gonna go back, you know, like, but it could have been like 200 years for him, or something crazy like that. So yeah, maybe not at around the same time, like, I don't know that, but also the fact that they two like got hit to begin with is like a, you know, it's whatever. It's a dumb sci-fi show. It doesn't need to like explain all of this, but that's that. The Danny scene was pretty cool. So we had a scene with Danny in Santa suit, and I said it was very funny that the actor for Danny had to like do Death in Heaven, and he's this depressed, like Cyberman, like weird mutation, and he just wants to die, and he kills himself to save the world, or to save Clara. The world was just so happened to be there. But yeah, like, he had to do that, and then next episode is like, oh, what's up? I'm Santa. Hey, want to know what I have underneath? And Clara's like, pajamas. And he's like, yeah. But yeah, I like the Danny scene at the end, because Clara realized that Danny was dead, and that was really cool, because the Doctor is like, Danny's not alive, he's dead. You told me he was dead. He's dead, he died saving the world. And then Danny says, I didn't die saving the world, I died saving Clara. And I'm like, oh, fuck, that's good. But at the same time, you have to remember, this is not the ghost of Danny Pink. This is Clara creating an entity that looks and talks like Danny Pink based off of her memory. So that I really like that scene with Danny and Clara talking, having a last Christmas, this extra bit together. For Clara, it was a full day, and that was really nice. But you have to remember that entire time, it wasn't Clara and Danny sharing a last Christmas together. It was Clara and Clara having a last Christmas together. Because that wasn't Danny. That was the projection of what Clara believes Danny was. So that entire like emotional dialogue between them, it was Clara talking to Clara. That's basically what it was. But it does actually talk about Clara as a character, you know, a little bit, you know. It's not about Danny. Danny isn't even in the scene, but it's about the image of Danny and what Danny was to Clara, you know. So I like that. I do like that. I do like that scene. Though I feel like that scene was meant to be something, and I took it as something different. But either way, it works. Dude, the beginning of the episode was really goofy. Everything that happened in like the first 20% of the episode was really dumb, and I really liked it. Because it was just Santa shows up with the elves. The elves are talking about whether or not whatever Santa said was racist. And then they kept saying that shit is racist like twice or twice. Like, and then Santa showed up and saved the day after the face huggers drop. And he just like showed up in a reindeer or a moose, I don't know what the fuck that was, and a bunch of toys. And then he parked Rudolph like a car. It was so stupid. It was fantastic. And like I do feel like a lot of the scenes in this episode. How long was this episode? Yeah, it was an hour. It was an hour special. So I do feel that a bunch of the scenes in this special were longer than they should be, and I feel like I can cut, and I actually do have the power to cut, like 40 is too much, but 30% of the episode I feel like I can just cut, and it's gonna be fine. Like it's not gonna be like those episodes were even like those scenes were even there, because there's a solid chunk of the episode where they go off about how to solve the problem without acknowledging that they are already in a dream. And from the moment that it happened, I was like, this isn't real. Like, if we're talking reality altering, like your perception of reality is altering, then you can trust nothing. And they kept going on about how you can't trust nothing. Therefore, assume the worst right away. Therefore, we're not in a real scenario. Like, that's it. And then the obvious came off at the end, which is something that I guess I didn't fully consider, which is Santa showed up at the beginning of the episode. Therefore, that wasn't even real to begin with. And it's like, why are we even here? You know? But I did notice that there was no wound. I did notice that everyone was saying, it's a long story. And I'm like, fucking, why didn't you say nothing? Why aren't you actually giving an explanation, even if it's a short one? Everyone is just like, no, it's a long story. And then the doctor kept being like he didn't interrogate further, even though he said he should interrogate further. So I guess you can say the aliens had this alteration of your brain to make you like ignore the small like plot holes. Almost as if you were watching a fictional show that doesn't make a lot of sense and you just ignore the plot holes. Almost as. But yeah, like a lot of it was just me being like, why aren't you questioning this? Or why are you just taking literally anything for granted when the premise of the enemy this episode is you can take nothing for granted, and they said it. So I'm just sitting here thinking like, how long is it gonna take? I'm looking at my metaphorical watch thinking, how long is it gonna take for the pen to drop, for everyone to realize this isn't real? And then after that, for everyone to realize that is probably not real either, because the first thing you need to do after waking up is, okay, I got out of that dream. Now, is this one real? You know? Like, Yeah, it's stupid. It's so stupid, but it's great because I do like that concept a lot, and I feel like we can just assume that the aliens had this thing that were doing with your brain, where it's like, no, 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 don't think about that. Like a dream. So when we're talking dreams, it's like, yeah, you can just shrug off whatever because it's a dream. It doesn't have to make a lot of sense. So the fact that characters weren't questioning anything, it's like, I guess it makes sense, but from an episode standpoint, I'm just sitting here like, yeah, this is dragging on for too long. Like, there is a solid 20 minutes that could have been cut because it's like, yeah, how long do we have to do this for? Anyway, is that it? Anything else we can talk about? So, Doctor and Clara are back. That's good. Clara will return next season. That's what the end screen told me. So, Clara and Doctor will be back. Clara is still a companion. That's good. I do like Clara a lot more now than I did when I first started watching Series 8. I talked about that at the like, I don't know what the fuck that was. I recorded like 3 hours of just me talking about Doctor Who the other day, and I don't know if it's gonna be aired by now. It should be, because it should be after the season finale, but I haven't even edited yet, and I don't even know if I'm gonna edit it too much because it's 3 hours. It's gonna be a pain. But that's sure. I talk a lot about that. So Clara's back. That's fine. I did like the cast that we had this episode. I did very much like this cast of characters that we had this episode, especially Shona. Like, I feel like Shona was definitely meant to be the important character here. So we had four. We had the guy who died, who was just eating the turkey leg. We had generic woman number 1. So we had generic woman number 1. Well, she was an old lady. I do like that moment when Capaldi was just like describing them instead of referring to them by name, because he doesn't remember names, which is something I like. I don't do that either. I don't remember any of their names, and the only reason I remember Shona is because I read it in the wiki just now. But yeah, like, and when he refers to the older woman, he says, "You, the sexy one," and I'm just sitting here like, oh, because he's old. It's an old guy, Joe. Because Capaldi is an old guy. But that's good. I like that. But yeah, we had this crew of 4 characters. The guy who died with the turkey leg. Generic woman number 1, which is the older woman. Then we had the black lady, who was cool at the beginning, but then she got less cool because she stopped questioning things. But it could have been the alien, so never mind that. And then we had Shona, who was just dumb. she was very dumb, but it was good because she wasn't like annoyingly dumb. She was just like, whatever. She was like a silly teenager, I guess. Except she wasn't a teenager, she was in her 20s. But you know those people that don't really grow up too much? Like, they don't mature a lot? That's what she felt like. And it was fine. Like, I do like at that scene at the beginning when she's just like dancing, so to not think about them. And it's really nice. It's really silly, and I do like that. So I do like this cast we had going on here. The guy really didn't do a lot except die. So I guess it worked out. Oh, the scene with the sleigh when they were all flying away. I do need to talk about that scene because that scene was fucking great. The reason why I love that scene so much is, well, because like a couple things. So Santa, we have to talk about Santa. So Santa was great, and like the reason why Santa shows up is because Santa is like this image that everyone has of what's good, of what's hope, of what's believing. You know, Santa is this magical entity that, like, is happiness, basically. It's all good things. But yeah, Santa's this, therefore that small part of your subconscious and your brain that wants you to survive, that wants you to believe that this isn't real and you need to wake up, you need to live, you know, that small portion of hope becomes, if it needs to become an image, it will become the shared image that everyone has of Santa Claus. So everyone just pictures Santa Claus, and that's great. So Santa Claus is theoretically like, it's like, is Santa real? And it's like, no, he's not real. But the symbol, the image that is Santa Claus is theoretically real because everyone believes in it. Like the idea that people have of Santa Claus is real. It's not a real life like human being. It's not a real life physical entity, but it is an ideal that exists. And since this is dream world, ideals become reality. Therefore, Santa's real. Therefore, he's the savior, and he saves everyone. And it's really stupid and it's fantastic, and I really loved it. I also really liked how sassy Santa was when everyone's like, "You're not real," and he's like, "Well, no shit, I'm not real. I'm fucking Santa Claus. Look at this elves. Did you see my fucking Rudolph car? Did you see how the noise it made? Motherfucker, I've been screaming at you. This isn't real. How long was it gonna take?" And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, Santa, you tell him. That was great. But the scene with the sleigh, it's the best one. I also don't know how to say that word properly. Sleigh. It's a weird word. But that scene with the sleigh when the doctor is just like, Santa tells the doctor, you wanna take the reins? And the doctor is like, well, you're like an image projected by my second conscious or whatever. And Santa's like, yeah, but you want to take his sleigh? And he's like, well, yeah. He just takes the sleigh, the reins, sorry. And he's like, yeah, whoa, yeah. And he looks very happy, and that's the literally first time we see Capaldi with just joy in his face. Just say, yeah, I'm riding a sleigh. It's great. It's like a fucking kid. And I really like that. I really like that scene a lot. Because, like, we do have Capaldi just being this grumpy, like, serious old man who just refuses to acknowledge any semblance of emotion that you can have. He's very pragmatic. He's very matter of fact. But then it's like, and yeah, like, I do like that exchange when he's like, you're not real, you're a projection of like whatever. And Santa's like, yeah, I know, fucking, do you want to take the reins or not? And Tucker's like, okay. And then he takes them, and he's like, oh man, I'm having fun, this is great. And I'm just like, yeah, that was great, that's fun. I do like that a lot. Like, the moment you, like, your brain is telling you this shit isn't real, but then you're like, shut up brain, let me enjoy it. Like, I know it's not real, doesn't mean I can't enjoy it. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. I love that. I do love that a lot. And I do want to see more of that specifically. Because I do want to see more of Capaldi being silly, but not like crazy silly, like Matt Smith silly. I just want him to have fun. I want him to stop being like super grumpy and serious all the time, which he is not. Like, to be fair, he is not a super serious character compared to a regular serious character. He's still the Doctor, right? But I want him to be more fun. I want him to embrace more what's fun and just have, like, show in his face that he's having fun. That's what I want to see more of. And we got it this episode, and it was great, and I really like that. I'm, like, looking at it, and I'm like, man, Capaldi must have fun, like, filming that scene. In this sleigh with this dude dressed as Santa, and all these people in the back, and he's like, yeah! Smiling like an asshole. Yeah, that's great. It was fantastic. I don't know if there's anything else we can talk about this episode. I guess the Doctor and Clara told each other that they lied to each other last episode, which is fine. Like, they didn't dwell a lot on it, you know. It came in like very early into the episode, like 20% through the episode, and then they both realized, man, we suck. We're both just a bunch of dumb assholes. Like, we need to be more honest. Why are we lying to each other and making each other suffer like this? And it's like, yeah, just fucking be honest, man. Like, come on. So, yeah, I think that's the end of that. I don't think there's much more we can talk about this episode. It was a solid Christmas episode. It was a solid episode, and it was fun. It was great. I really liked it. So, yeah. thumbs up. I do like this Christmas episode. I think more than every other one that is not End of Time or Time at the Doctor. I think this one comes below those. It could be above either of them. Whatever. It's in the top 3. Let's say it's in the top 3. So I really like that. Good episode. Thank you so much for watching this Doctor Who Christmas special reaction episode. It's June. You can check out the other reactions in the channel. You can check out my gaming channel or Twitch. You can comment, like, and subscribe on the video. You can also check out my Twitter if you want. Yeah, this was a fun one. And see you guys for Season 9 premiere next time, so take care.